are listening to Sustainable Tourism. Today is January 5th, 2022. Happy New Year. Today's topic is a case study from the research report Planning for Sustainable Tourism in the Nordic Region, published by Nordregio under the Nordic Thematic Group for Sustainable Rural Development. The report looks at over 100 tourism development plans, TDPs, from rural areas of the Nordic countries in order to understand how the regions define themselves in relation to tourism, what their strengths, where they see opportunities and challenges, and how sustainability concerns are or are not integrated into the tourism plans. In Dalarna, Sweden, right by the Norwegian border, the international airport named Scandinavian Mountains Airport was opened in late 2019. The development of an international airport in the region was solely done to attract skiers to the area. The airport is owned by local companies, such as ski resort owners and municipal tourist promotion companies on both sides of the border. The airport was built with the support of the Swedish government along with local counties and municipalities. The case of Sälen therefore takes a look at private-public cooperation on branding to attract more visitors and lengthen a tourism high season by further developing a functional tourism region. 6.2 Thinking Regional, Planning Local. In 2017, to formal cooperation in tourism development started between the 15 municipalities in Dalarna. The 4 existing destination management offices DMOs, including Visit Idre, Siljan Tourism, Visit Södra Dalarna and Mellang Sälen along with Region Dalarna, started working together under the name Visit Dalarna. Together these actors developed a new tourism strategy for Dalarna, collectively prioritizing market groups, themes, identities, future goals and products. Dalarna, as a region, has in this way taken a closer step in developing its tourism at a broader geographical level while still emphasizing local coordination of the actors in the hospitality industry. Local networks and clusters are therefore still considered important within subregions and municipalities in Dalarna to develop their own business and development plans for tourism at the more local level based on the regional strategy. Visit Dalarna therefore is an ongoing partnership of the regional development organizations, the 15 municipalities, the tourism businesses and other relevant stakeholders. The tourist offering in Dalarna is quite diverse but is primarily based on natural and cultural landscapes. The region currently hosts the 4th highest number of overnight stays in Sweden behind Stockholm, Västra Götaland and Skåne, which are also the home region to the 3 largest cities in Sweden. Dalarna can in this way be viewed as the region without a major city that attracts the most visitors in Sweden per year. Planning for sustainable growth while maintaining authenticity. Dalarna's tourism strategy until 2030, which was overseen by Visit Dalarna, is quite ambitious in its goals, and at one place it states that the region shall become. The main themes Dalarna prioritizes as new markets in its tourism strategy are culture and lifestyle, events, meeting and business conventions. Then outdoor activities are divided into 2 main categories. The first one being spring, summer and fall, while the second one is winter. Alpine skiing is the backbone of Dalarna's hospitality industry. Other activities in snow and ice have increased, and there are continued potentials, the tourism strategy states, which highlights further targeting its main user group, the skiers, while also developing new attractions and user groups during other seasons to address a historical over-reliance on the winter season. While the strategy aims for growth and marketing itself to attract international growth and visitors numbers in the area, it also discusses the importance of sustainable development in tourism and to retain the region's cultural identity. Dalarna must be a sustainable destination seen from all dimensions, economically, ecologically and socially, the strategy states, adding that for the tourism industry, sustainability is a matter of survival. From the market perspective it is a necessity. Regions, destinations and companies that are not perceived as taking responsibility for sustainable development are excluded by consumers. For our own reason, it is a matter of our tourism and experience product not consuming the resources we have in terms of the environment and cultural history. that they are long-term profitable, and that the hospitality industry contributes to sustainable societal development throughout Dalarna, according to the Tourism Office. Dalarna's strategy therefore is to keep offering authentic experiences that are in some ways viewed as an escape from everyday urban lifestyles, while using this image for strategic product development, marketing and increasing visitor numbers. It is understandable that Dalarna's strategy defines the authenticity of experiencing Dalarna the way it is, since much of the limitations and barriers that are identified in the region when it comes to further tourism development are related to infrastructure and accessibility. Experiences that are perceived as real, genuine and local are those who create memories. Genuine does not have to mean historical, even modern design, and Dalarna's music scene is authentic, the tourism strategy states, and goes on to say, according the Tourism Office, we compete with destinations around the world for our customers' attention and money. If it is not easy to get to Dalarna and to get around between places, we risk being opted out. Tolerance for waiting times and inefficient communications that take time from experiences are low. For a destination that is trying to establish itself as the leading destination in Northern Europe in its specific thematic field of tourism, not to mention in a more global context, it makes sense to define authenticity this way. Dalarna also acknowledges that for its tourism industry to grow even larger, it will require creativity, collaboration and knowledge, but also capital. Therefore, the quest to attract more international visitors and developing Dalarna into a more coherent, functional tourism region, adding the fact that Dalarna is also a cross-border region, the need of both public and private investments is seen as pivotal. Aims and expectations. As stated earlier, the backbone of Dalarna's tourism is the ski destinations. One of these destinations is Sallenfjällen, which has been developed as a ski tourism destination for more than 50 years. Many other ski destinations are located in Dalarna as well as just across the border, in Norwegian Trysil region. Vasaloppet, the world's longest and largest cross-country skiing event, is an internationally well-known event that in recent years has attracted tens of thousands of participants. In 2016, Sallenfjällen attracted over 2 million tourists, while Trysil was Norway's largest winter destination with over 1 million visitors annually. A large part of these visitors arrive by car since they are domestic tourists, and the high numbers of domestic visitors have outgrown the capacity of the road network. Since the official policy of both Dalarna and Trysil along with the private tourism business operators in the region has been to open the area to larger international tourism markets, a joint initiative of building an international airport in Sallen was started. This airport then opened in late 2019 under the name Scandinavian Mountains Airport, thus marketing and branding the larger Sallen-Trysil region as one Scandinavian tourism destination. Investment for the project came from numerous private companies, EU and Swedish state funding, and municipalities from both sides of the border, and as a result the ownership structure is also complex. In addition to municipalities and companies from around the area, local and neighboring DMOs are part owners. The initiative is expected to have significant impact on visitor numbers, and hopes are that international charter flights will provide a similar impetus to the region as happened in the Air Mountain area in northern Sweden, Scott and Pashkovich 2019. Improvement of the nearby road system is also necessary to accommodate the airport and expected increase of traffic along with the building of retail houses. The expected effects are that shopping and retail in the area will benefit, more efficient public services will be offered, and skills and competence will increase, while vehicle costs for commuting and time costs for tourist travelers will decrease. If these expectations would come true, it would mean a large increase in international tourists' arrivals from more urbanized areas of Europe seeking authentic nature experiences and winter tourism while still being provided with comfortable means of travel and modern facilities. This is in line with the more contemporary definition of authenticity, which is perceived as real, genuine and local in the new tourism strategy, which was overseen by Visit Dalarna. However, at the same time, it can contradict Dalarna's longing for sustainable tourism development in regard to its policy about responsibility towards the region's environment and cultural history. The opening of the Scandinavian Mountains Airport can also be viewed as a gateway to a limited part of the Dalarna and Östergötland regions, mainly benefiting a limited geographical area and tourism sector, where the policy is to enhance different types of tourism in the whole region. A functional or fractured tourism region. The private and public partnership for the large infrastructure investment, the Scandinavian Mountains Airport, is likely to contribute to more visitors in the regions that lie close to the airport. It might therefore also contribute to more fractured tourism development in the whole Dalarna region. While the most northwestern part of Dalarna will likely experience an increase in visitors to their ski resorts, largely made possible by private funding along with support from the Swedish state, Norwegian municipalities and the EU, other areas and municipalities in the region might not benefit from this. The international airport is to increase the profile of one of Northern Europe's largest winter sports regions and contribute to its further growth. While this might benefit many tourism companies and municipalities, it can also be at odds with the interest of others and does not necessarily contribute to the broader rural development issues of the entire region, which Dalarna's tourism strategy presents as a goal for the region as a whole. It must also be addressed that increasing international flights to an area far in the north as part of a sustainable tourism development contrasts its intended goal, at least from an environmental perspective, although it might contribute to a more economically sustainable tourism development. But that remains to be seen. The effects of the new airport cannot be assessed until a few years from now, since it opened just before the winter season of 2020, which was heavily affected by the COVID-19 crisis. Nonetheless, the case of the airport in Salin illustrates that public and private partnerships in tourism development can accomplish great things. Whether this particular example will prove to contribute to a cohesive and holistic regional development to the region as a whole or rather just benefit the already large tourism sector within the area, only time will tell. Thank you for listening to Sustainable Tourism. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like the information. Until next time.